Hi, it's Tom, and I want to make a video today about a subject that comes up a lot in Facebook fish groups and Facebook fish groups. There you go. Say that 10 times fast. Online fish forums, YouTube videos, Reddit, threads about fish keeping, and that's about plants, aquarium plants. A lot of people ask what are the easiest to grow, what plants don't need CO2, inexpensive plants, just a lot of questions about plants. And I think if there's only one plant available for sale for use in aquariums, and that was it would probably be this jungle red Vallisneria, corkscrew Vallisneria plants. There are several different types of variations of it. And none of these long, tall plants here, these here, and these over here. And I started out with about 12 of them in total, maybe a dozen. I ordered from, I had special order from Petco. They special ordered plants for me. And they spread by sending runners just underneath the substrate. Just underneath the substrate here. These plants will shoot out a runner that'll go a couple inches away from it, and then you'll see a little plant popping up out of the substrate. And that's the new plant. Here's one little one right here that's popped up. And you can see some more. You see little ones right in here. There's some more. I didn't plant these. I didn't plant these in my tank. I didn't plant this plant right here. I didn't plant that. And here's some more over here. You can see just getting ready to pop up. I didn't plant those. So economically it makes a lot of sense because you can just have a few of them, start out with a few plants, and they will spread and they'll grow, and they're easy to transplant. You just go in between, so say this one and this one here, there's going to be a runner that spreads between the two. And you just dig up or just reach underneath the substrate a little bit, clean a little sand behind, out of the way, and you'll see a white runner, like a root, going over here, and you can pick it up, and then grab this plant here, and just easy pull it out. They'll be connected. You can take a couple of them out. Hey, little Corey, little guy, and take 2 or 3, 4 of them out if you want. You can let them get taller too. Before you do that. And you can move them to a different section of your aquarium or transplant them into other tanks, which I've done here. I'll show you some in a little bit. I've taken them up by the threads, by the runners, and take about 5 or 6 of them, put them all together in one bunch, and then planted them down in the tank. And then they'll grow up in that area and then spread out from there, if that makes sense. And I had some growing along the back of the tank. And I took one of the end ones here, smaller one, started there, pulled them up one at a time, got them together like 7 or 8 of them along the back. And then I put them here in the center together and tried to put them in here, and then they grew out from that. They just spread out from that. And they're a very versatile plant. They're easy to grow. They're not expensive at all. Like I said, there's like this one here. Let me see this one right here. That's a corkscrew. You can see that on the leaves here. They call that corkscrew versus the smooth ones. So there's 2 different variations of Vallisneria plants right there. And don't be fooled when you go online. If you're looking for them, they'll say jungle red Vallisneria. They don't turn red. They're not red. I don't know why they call them that, but I knew that before I ordered them. But yeah, you'll find them under jungle red Vallisneria, jungle Vallisneria, corkscrew Vallisneria. Like I said, there are different variations of that plant. And I think they don't need CO2 to grow. And seriously, I brought a few of them to begin with. They're thick over here on this side, all the way across. I mean, they've gone from one end of this tank to the back. They're spreading out nicely. And I can take these, let me get my switch out of the way. I can take these up here if I want, pull these up and transplant them, or get them to go that way. You can train them to go anywhere you want. It's fairly easy. If you got any questions about how to do that, you can just drop me a comment and I'd be more than happy to help you out. I didn't buy them online because, well, they could come in melted, frozen, full of snails, snail eggs. I just don't do that anymore. I have all my plants special ordered from Petco. They call me when they come in. I just go pick them up, and I don't have to pay shipping charges. So how smart is that? They do a special order fish for me too. They special ordered those silver hatchets, and see that little marble hatchet right there. I'm waiting for some more of those to come in. They special ordered these peach colored white cloud mountain minnows from China. What else in this tank did they special order? I just love these little panda cories. They're just adorable. They're shorter than my other cories. I don't know if they're a true dwarf, but they're just too cute. And they are like half as long as my albinos. See what Stefan from Lush and Salty Aquariums was showing one of his dwarf albinos. I didn't know they made dwarf. I didn't know there were dwarf albinos. I guess they're much rarer than these. Well, these aren't rare at all, albino cories. But yeah, he's got some. He had a dwarf albino. I'd never heard of it actually. So if you haven't seen Stefan's videos from Lush and Salty Aquariums, oh, he's that guy's grows some plants that are just mind blowing. His aquariums are just 10 stars all the way across, and he's very knowledgeable and very generous with his knowledge, so his wisdom, and especially if you like red plants, lush, beautiful, bright red plants, he would be the guy that I would be subscribing to and checking out. Stefan from Lush and Salty Aquariums. Got amazing looking aquariums and plants, especially the red plants. They take more intense light than other things that I'm just not willing to do here. I gave them a shot, but yeah, black-billed algae. I do have a lot of duckweed. A lot of people hate it. I love this stuff. And it propagates really fast, and it'll leave a nice shade cover across the top. And I just remove some when I need to, but my hatchet fish love it. Having those plants above them, they absorb lots of ammonia, nitrates, heavy metals and stuff. They're just a ammonia nitrate magnet. So, and they will survive in aquariums with a lot higher water flow than most floating plants will tolerate. I have some red root floaters. They look beautiful in the beginning, but this fast moving water will kill them. They'll turn brown and die. Lots of floating plants will do that. But this duckweed is pretty much indestructible. I only have it in one tank, and I don't let it spread to my other aquariums. I really don't have any use for it in my other tanks. And yeah, jungle Vallisneria, jungle red Vallisneria, corkscrew Vallisneria, and other variations of that plant. If there was only one plant available to aquarists that wanted planted aquariums, that would be the one I choose. Vallisneria plants. And they will grow. They will grow from the substrate here, substrate all the way to the top, and halfway across the aquarium. They'll get like 4 foot long unless you trim them. And trimming them gets them to send more shoots out, more runners out, and more new plants. Of course, because you're putting, if you let them grow tall, they're putting all that energy into growing that much. And they add, I don't know if you can see, but watch them for a second. You can see they're all in motion. They're all moving. That's because I have good water circulation in here. They add movement to the tank. And kind of look like, I don't know, seaweed. Well, not seaweed, but what is that, bull kelp or something that grows from the bottom of the ocean or whatever to the top, all the way to the top. There aren't a lot of plants that'll do that, grow that tall and that long. But this is definitely one, Vallisneria plants. And a little mystery snail up there. So yeah, if I had only one plant to choose from, it would be Vallisneria plant. And like I said, I can transplant these. These are all new ones. They're shot out, growing up from the runners, and they send out. And I've taken them out of this plant, out of this tank, and I've transplanted them into my 60-gallon tank. It is taller than my 75-gallon aquarium. So these here, these plants here, they're growing here. These came from my 75-gallon tank. So did these over here, all these. And they'll spread out. I'll probably get some more out of this one soon. And put some more in here. I love this tank with my roseline sharks, my Denison barbs, and my rainbow fish. Well, my Bosmani rainbows are getting big and beautiful. They grow up to 5 inches long, so they got some growing to do. My roseline sharks, I don't think they're quite 3 inches long, maybe so, but they grow up to 5 inches. Most of these rainbows, except for that guy, where does he go? That one. That's a McCulloch rainbow, and that's a dwarf rainbow, so they're not gonna get, it's not gonna get as big. But my African butterfly fish. And then I put over here, I added some also to my 20-gallon tank, and they just take off. And I will probably put some more in along the back. So I can fill these tanks full of plants now and not have to buy any more. Just from transplanting them from this tank and the rest of my tanks. And I got 3 tanks I'm gonna bring up for mount downstairs, put on a new stand I've got, and add another 29-gallon, maybe 36-gallon tank on top of it. I'm thinking about getting some shell dwellers. I really like those little shell dwellers, cichlids, but they have a lot of fry, and I don't know that I have an outlet to sell the babies. I can take them to Petco, and you can rehome fish there. I'll find a way. If I ended up with shell dwellers, I'll definitely have I can always give them away in Facebook groups. You just can't sell fish on Facebook. But I had some ram horn snails that came in on some plants. That's why I don't buy plants online. I could, you can treat them. You always should treat new plants. But I got some ram horn snails in here. Sometimes I'll crush them and my fish just gobble them up, shell and all. I learned to work with ramhorn snails. I had an outbreak of bladder snails. It took me months to get rid of. And that was a lesson learned. Well, I need to get that dying leaf there out. I'll reach in there and grab it later. But yeah, I had no die off or browning or anything with this Vallisneria. It's just a great plant. I like the movement in them because they move with the water flow. And my fish love them. It gives the little ones lots of hiding spots, and I've got some glow light tetras in here you almost never see. They're back in here somewhere. Where are they at? Yeah, good. You can't see them. Oh, here's some here. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. As far as, it comes up a lot. People are interested in planted tanks, and it comes up a lot in Facebook groups. A lot of people are told to buy CO2 tanks with regulators, get UV sterilizers, and oh boy, those Facebook groups can be a fucking nightmare. I feel for new fish keepers. I mean, you ask a question on some of these groups, and there's no telling what person's going to answer them. A lot of them don't even keep aquariums. Probably couldn't keep fish alive to save their souls. But there's a lot of people on Facebook like that. And I saw a guy showed a picture of a new 55-gallon aquarium he just bought, just the tank. What kind of filtration should I use? Of course, a Fluval FX6 and a hang-on back filter. Get yourself a UV sterilizer and a CO2 tank. And oh boy, life doesn't have to be that complicated. But hope everybody has a great day, and thank you to my new subscribers. And I'll be back to make another video soon. So from Tom and Annie at 2 Cave Aquatics, just don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Keep your hands in the water. And things don't have to be super complicated, especially for new fish keepers. And if some of you have serious questions, even about things that I don't have going on here, I know I've subscribed to like hundreds and hundreds of these fish keepers on YouTube, and there are some that I feel are more, you're not experts, but I mean, they know pretty much everything about a certain subject, and they're some of the best. Like when it comes to shrimp, like Mark Shrimp Tanks or Shelley Aquatics, Mark Shelley Aquatics, and they're plant people. Like Stefano from Lush and Salty Tanks. I mean, that plants don't get much better than that. I mean, if you can grow them better than Stefan, then good for you. And like I said, I'm not an expert on snails. I'm not an expert on fish. I'm not an expert on plants. I'm not an expert on filtration. I just know what works for me, and what kind of filtration I use, what kind of substrate I've used in here. And so if you got any questions about the substrate, or this is a simple organic soil that I got from Home Depot. Just organic garden soil with no vermiculite or perlite or time-release fertilizer in it. Then I got a $20 bag of Father Fish's soil additive mixed in here. And then I capped it with coarse sand that I also got from Home Depot. I rinsed it out really well. I put it in a 5-gallon bucket, and about half of it, and add a bunch of water, stir it around with a stick or my hands. It gets really fouled up. Pour the nasty water off, and do that 5-6 times until it starts clearing up, and you're good to go. It'll settle down quick once you get it in your tank. So let's see, organic soil from Home Depot, Father Fish's substrate additive, and coarse sand from Home Depot. That's it. That's it. And I don't use CO2. You don't use fertilizers. There's no plant root tabs in here, anything like that. This tank's like 2 years old now. And a simple Higer full spectrum 4-foot light on here. 6 hours a day is all I need for these plants. 6 hours a day is plenty. I don't turn the lights on during the day. There's plenty of ambient light come through the windows. I had Annie pull that curtain because it was glaring. But yeah, just ambient room light. And turn it on at night when the sun goes down. Turn it on for like 6 hours. At least once or so during the week. I don't have the lights on at all. One of the reasons why there's no algae problems in here. I did buy this Christmas moss online from a Modern Aquarium. Modern Aquarium online. I bought like a quarter pound of it. It was pretty cheap. They mailed it to me, and got some on here, some of my other tanks. The rest of it's sitting in a bowl of tank water. I just make sure, you know, it evaporates somehow, but I got it sitting in a big plastic bowl on top of the fridge and in water. Doesn't need any direct light or anything. It's great. It'll last for months and months that way. And when I need it, when I'm ready for it, I just take what I need out and put it on a paper towel, damp the moisture out of it. Just some super glue, put dots all over the top of my cave here or whatever, and just pat that stuff down, give it a minute or two to dry. That's of course after doing a water change. I don't do it underwater, but I do a water change. I'll drop the water down far enough to expose the top of this cave and then put Christmas moss on it. This one here, top of this cave, that rock isn't connected, so I could take it out. It takes a little while to green up and grow in, but it'll spread and it'll grow out nice. It's already starting to reach up towards the light. And that was a good deal. But yeah, jungle Vallisneria and the other variations of Vallisneria plant would be the one I would recommend. And if there was only one aquatic plant that I could have to choose from at all, barring the other ones, it would be Vallisneria. So everybody have a great day. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back here with another video soon. Thank you to all our subscribers. We would appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions at all. I do answer and get back to all my comments. I don't just leave you hanging. I will answer you. So leave a comment. Don't be afraid to do that. I'm not going to ignore you like a lot of other people do. I've made comments on fish keepers that I subscribe to, and they don't read them. They don't even reply to them. They're just going to sit there. But yeah, I will answer any comment. So have a great day. Bye.